Hey everyone, adakai TCG here, and I'm coming at you guys with a battle report video. In this video, it was recorded directly from my locals, Dragon Gaming. It's a fantastic store. If you're ever in the northern Jersey area, stop by. But yeah, so it was only rounds 3 and 4 that were recorded because we stream at the top tables. But yeah, I think the matchups that we have recorded are Red Purple Law and then the Perona finals. And so I did not get the Enel and Sakazuki matchups recorded, but what I can do is go on webs with some of my friends or on OP Bounty as well, and I can play through some of those games just to show what those matchups would be like too. But I wanted to bring you guys a quick battle report video where I'm narrating over some of the thought process and play lines that I was using. And so if you guys found this helpful, please comment, like, subscribe below, and yeah, we'll get to it. Hey, before we get into the battle report, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my online shop. For those of you who don't know, I do custom leader cards, which you can pick up either by clicking on the link in the description below or just going directly to www.adakai-tcg.com. What you see here is the Boa custom leader that I did, the Boa Simp Queen Hancock leader, which is now available for pre-release. Will be available and shipping fully on Monday, May 27th, I believe. And so be sure to pick up your copy now. These are limited runs, so once they sell out, it may be a little bit before I get them back in stock. But they do come with the adakai TCG backing, and it is holographic textured foil. So the card quality came out really nice, and a huge shout out to Kaizoku Cards for handling the production. And I also just got the Lakers Croc back in stock due to very high demand, and so be sure to check that out too. Hey everyone, it's adakai TCG here, and today I'm coming at you guys with a battle report. This gameplay was footage that was streamed and taken by the locals that I play at, Dragon Gaming, sorry. Let me see if I can up the quality here a little bit, but again, this is round 3, I believe, where my opponent is a Red Purple Law. He's actually using the Red Purple Law custom that I made, and so if you guys like that and you want to check it out, be sure to click the link below. You can pick it up at my online shop. But yeah, I'm playing Black Luffy, the mono Black Luffy leader, starter 8, and I believe we just finished cutting the decks, and my opponent won the die roll and chose to go second, so I'll be on the odd curve. And so turn 1, I don't have any play in this deck, and so I just pass it right over to him. And I believe my opponent also does not do a turn 1 play, and so passes it back to me. So I'll go 5 at lead with my leader, and he's deciding what to do. He ends up taking that, and then I'll rest 3 to hard play the Brook. It's the 3-cost Brook from the EB01. The one that on play and when attacking will give -1 cost to a character, and then KO something with a cost of 0. I do like to play this on my odd curve turn, because a good follow-up could be any sort of cost reduction. Then the Brook is able to kind of KO whatever your opponent plays in the crackback. And so he goes 5 at lead, I take it, and he summons the Iron, uses leader ability to summon the Beppo. It's my turn, I'm on 5 Dawn now, and so I'm going to play Laboon, who has an activate main, -4 cost to a character, which I put on the Beppo. I attach the remaining Dawn to Brook, KO the Beppo, and then I get a rested Dawn to Luffy. He's deciding if he wants to counter. He ends up countering with the Kid blocker, then I go 6 at lead with my leader. So now it's back to my opponent's turn. He's on 5 Dawn, thinking what to do. Alright, now he's rereading Brook and Laboon. They're cards that he doesn't see often, and so I don't blame him. But I really do like that as a combo. So he plays Raise Max, lowers, I believe, Laboon. So he has 4 Dawn remaining. He's swinging 6 into Brook. I let the Brook go. And honestly, I'm okay with letting Brook go because Rebecca can always bring him back as well. And so he's swinging 6 at my leader. I choose to counter out. I know Law is a deck that can just go wide really quickly, and so I want to counter the earlier hit so that when he starts swinging 7 with Kid Killer, I'm not in such a tight spot. He does bottom deck the Laboon though, and then summons out the Sachi Penguin. So now I'm looking and deciding what to do. I'll play the 6-cost Brook, the one that puts 4-cost character to the trash, and then I'm just gonna swing at leader, or I think maybe it was the Iron for 6k. I do want to start controlling his board a little bit. Yeah, because again, Law can go really wide, really quickly, and it's it gets problematic if there's too many swings coming in. Yeah, so this matchup also gets a little difficult when the red-purple Law sees too many Reijus, but so far he hasn't played any yet, and so here I think he hard plays a Kid, a blocker. Sorry, the light is kind of making that card a little hard to see. So he taps it for 5. With that remaining done, he's deciding what to do. He swings 5 at lead. I counter out with Brand New. Swings 6 at lead. I decide to take, and then he passes it back over to me. Now we're at a higher dawn, so I'm feeling pretty good. I play the Gecko, and again, I'm able to get back Brand New and Brook. And so, again, developing the threats again. We're going 7 now at the Ein. KOs it, so I get the rest of Don to Luffy. Then I'm able to go 6 at lead and force another card out of his hand or force a life here. And so, don't remember. Oh yeah, my opponent ends up taking it. He is down on hand size, so I think each card is quite valuable as far as what he had in his hand. And so now the board state is looking quite problematic for him. I have established 4 bodies, yeah, one of which is a Moria, and one of which can KO with some sort of reduction. And so he has a lot that he has to answer, and his hand size is quite low. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm at 3 life, he's at 1 life. He does have a lot of Dawn to work with though. Alright, so here he plays a Gordon out, targets the 6-cost Brook. So now it's at 3k, it's susceptible to being bottom decked. He's thinking what to do. So I think he plays out another Kid blocker. It was, yeah, another Kid blocker here. So he has blockers up. He uses the Law ability to bottom deck my Brook. Back up to 4 Dawn. Yep, he plays out the Law with that leader ability and minuses 2 onto Brand New. Goes 5 with the Brand New, I let it go. Only has 2 cards remaining. It's really unfortunate that he doesn't see a Reiju right now. And he has 4 active Dawn, so I think his hand size is really punishing him here. And just being able to have responded to everything that he's played out so far has been quite punishing for him. And so now I'm thinking what to do. I'm at 10 Dawn. I have quite a few cards in hand and quite a few different playlands I could be doing. And so I'm thinking through what would be best in the current board state. So I end up going with the Brook again, just to bottom deck or trash his Law. And then I swing 5 at lead, just to do a hand check for him. He does end up giving me a card. I do play the Rebecca, who's going to grab back, I believe a 2K, and not play out anything. I swing with Gecko, and he takes it and then passes back to me. Or I pass back to him. Yeah, and so now my opponent's sitting on no life, 2 cards in hand still, and he has 2 kid blockers out, but now I have also established a blocker, which would impact his turn order that he'd have to do to bottom deck it, and I still establish another 6k body, so he's in a tight spot. I still have 3 life, I still have plenty of cards in hand, so I'm chilling. He hard plays the Law, I believe, here, and then gives -2 to Gecko Moria. Leader effects to play out the Kid Killer, bottom decking my Rebecca. So technically he does have 4 attacks here. I have 4 life, every attack would have to go through. But I do believe the Rebecca did grab me a 2k counter, and I am sitting on quite a bit of cards. And so he swings 7. I have the 0 cost event, putting me to 8. He has no cards in hand, so I know I can't die. So I'm just gonna take all these hits, and then he calls GG. Yeah, yep, I still had plenty of 2k counters, as well as another 0 cost event in hand. So yeah, just was able to outgrind and outtempo the opponent. It would be a little different if you saw a couple raise used, but again, this deck does trade quite well into the Law because you're able to keep answering their board as well. Yeah, it didn't come up in this matchup, but I really do like the 6 cost 7k Sakazuki in this matchup too, because you're able to KO like their kid blockers, their queens, without any sort of extra reduction. And then being a 7k body is also very hard for Red Purple Law to remove unless they're playing something like the Fire Fist event. So but yeah, this matchup does feel 50-50 in a lot of ways. If Law sees the Reijus and multiple kid killers, the matchup does get hard, but luckily I was able to take it from this opponent here. Alright guys, so for the second match I'm playing Perona. This is actually the finals. I'm playing against my buddy Tristan. He has been on Perona since she was released, and he is a really good Perona player. One of the best I know. And so I believe he won the die roll, and so I think he's going second as well. And so right now we're just doing some mulligans, and then we're about to get started. This matchup is actually quite hard. Similarly to how Perona can kind of answer a lot of Moria, Perona is able to kind of answer a lot of the cards in this deck as well. So it's a ton of back and forth, but yep. So his turn 1, he plays the Momo, does a search, takes that new Wano 5 cost 7k vanilla body. I'm able to hard play the Brook, KO the Momo, and then swing 6 at lead with Luffy because of the KO'd character. So now he's on his forward on turn. He will choose to, I believe, play out he chooses to rest my Brook. I decide to save it with the 2k, and then he plays the Hiyori, uses Hiyori effect to play out that 5 cost 7k vanilla, the Mountain God, and then passes back to me. So now I'm at 5 Dawn. That Mountain God is quite an annoying threat. I can't get rid of it right now because I don't have the reduction, so I swing 7 with Brook and then 7 with Leader just to pressure his life a little bit, and then I pass back to him. He swings into Brook, KOs it, and then swings that life. I take it, and then hard plays a Yamato, the 5 cost double attack banish Yamato, which I have to get rid of this turn. And so or else I'll be in quite a bit of trouble. So I rest 6, I play the Sakazuki, trashing a 4-cost Kuzan, get a Rested Dawn, and then I just go 7 into the Mountain King. He does counter, and so he does 2k counter though, which gives me some information about what his hand may be like. But he does play the Brook, and a Shuru into the Brook, that's what it was. And so he's able to put my Sakazuki in trash, swing 7 with Mountain God and 6 with Perona. I take one of the hits. Now we're in a little bit of trouble here. He does have 2 bodies on board, and we're both at equal life. And I'm deciding what the best way to respond is. I know he does play quite a bit of high end as well in the deck, so I do have to be wary of his geckos and his 10-drop Dofis. So just thinking a little bit here, trying to figure out what would be the most optimal play line. It's quite hard, that Mountain God being a 7k, it's hard to remove something like a 6-cost Brook and then swing pretty high into a Mountain God, but I did have a little bit of information before, because he dropped the 1-legged soldier as a 2k, and then he dropped another 2k with the Suru, so it makes me think that he doesn't have as many counters in hand. And so what I do is I play the Sakazuki after Ice Aging, and I KO his 6-drop Brook, and then I just swing 8 into the Mountain God, and thank God he did not have counter for it, because yeah, it would have just been a huge problem. He does respond right back with the 10-drop Dofi, locking my leader, and so I play out the 8-cost Moria and then do a double draw turn with Kuzan into Brand New. And then I will swing 9 with Sakazuki. He chooses to take. And now my board is quite wide again. He does have the 10-drop Dofi on the board, but I'm feeling pretty okay at this point. But I can never be too sure when it comes to Tristan on Perona, and so he's deciding what to do. At this point too, my hand size is running a bit low. I do fidget a lot when I start playing this game. This helps me focus. He swings into my Kuzan after resting it with his Perona, and then drops another 10-drop Dofi. And so now locking Brand New, Luffy, and Sakazuki. And so having 2 10-drops out is quite intimidating. I'm looking through my trash right now to see what play lines I could potentially have with either Rebecca or another Moria, but yeah, 2 10-drop Dofis is an issue right now. That could threaten lethal the next turn on the crackback, and so I definitely either need to yeah, and since he's sitting on 1 life, there's no way that I can end the game right now. I don't run any rush in this deck, and Black typically doesn't have any rush characters other than the Lucci, which is pretty obvious if someone has or not because of the CP package that they're playing. But I need to find a way to deal with that Dofi, and so I do Great Eruption to see what I draw, and I think I do reduce the Dofi. And here I'm thinking through. Yeah, this is a very tight spot to be in for me. So I decide to attach 5 Dawn to the Gecko Moria, and then swing into the Rested Dofi. I do add the Rested Dawn to Luffy just as a habit, and so I play out the Lucci just to establish another body and KO the Suru. And and then pass back to him. So I should be okay for now, unless he runs the 7-drop Hody. He does not have lethal on me because I have 2 life left, and so my opponent's deciding what to do. He chooses to rest Lucci. I'm worried that another 10-drop Dofi will come out, but thank God it doesn't. He plays the Hiyori, cycles it out for the Ryuma, KOing my Lucci, and he gets another card cycle, or card draw from that, rather. And so now he has the Ryuma, the 10-drop Dofi, and then he's able to swing into my brand new, and then swing into, I believe, Gecko Moria here. I do choose to counter, and he establishes the brand new. And so now, once again, I am in quite a bit of trouble. He established just the right amount of bodies again to go lethal on me next turn, unless there's a way I can answer his board state. But I do have lethal here, so I kind of do a quick 10 to see if he has counters. I do another 10. If this does not go through, then I can pivot still with the remaining 6 Dawn. So he does have enough counter for me. And so now I'm in trouble because he can just block with his Borsellino my last attack, and then he'll have lethal on the crackback, and so I have to deal with one of the bodies on the board. And so luckily I was saving this Garp. This is the beginning of the game. I was able to KO the Ryuma, swing big with Luffy, and then yeah, now he's back down to the 2 attacks, and he calls GG because he has no rush, and there's no way that he can survive the next turn. And so it was a really, really close game. If it weren't for Garp, basically, he would have enough on the crackback to win. And I did get lucky. He didn't see any of his 8-drop Morias as well in this game, and his hand is quite bricked. He was letting me know right now he started with 2 10-drop Dofis and the 1 of 9-drop Zoro that he runs in the deck. And so yeah, in that regard, I definitely got a little lucky, because I think a Moria would have tempoed a little too wide for me to play as comfortably. And so yeah, but a really close matchup. Again, Tristan is a great player, and so it's really fun. It was fun to see Perona at the top table as well. Yeah, and so that's it for this battle report. Unfortunately, again, like I said, I did not get the Enel matchup and the Sakazuki matchup on camera, but what I can do is I'll go through some of the OP bounty sims, and maybe I'll do some webcams with friends to go through that matchup and show some of the playlines to be used. But yeah, this deck is really fun. I encourage you guys to give it a try for those that enjoy playing black and just want a different leader other than Moria. And so yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see next if you found this type of battle report helpful. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.